Samarium cobalt magnets are an interesting particular niche part of the supermagnet world, or the rare earth magnets. The samarium makes it a rare earth magnet. Cobalt makes it very expensive. The samarium cobalt magnets generally are 2 to 3 times the cost of an equivalent neodymium magnet. It can vary depending on market pricing and everything of the material, but its particular advantage is that it has a very smooth curve on temperature resistance. It is still a good strong magnet at 300 degrees centigrade. Above 300 degrees C, it starts losing its magnetic properties, and when it cools off, it doesn't recover. But its temperature, maximum operating temperature, is 300 degrees C. For high temperature applications, we highly recommend samarium cobalt. If your temperature application is less than 150 degrees C, we have some very good grades of neodymium that can meet that need for you without having to go to the expense of a samarium cobalt. Samarium cobalt in general is going to be about 3/4 as strong as a neodymium of exactly the same size. So when you take this magnet, these are 2 by 1 by 3/4, or 2 by 1 by half, that's what it is a half. When you look at these are quite powerful, snap together with authority. One of the other attributes of samarium cobalt that's very distinctive is when they start attaching to something else, when they're allowed to impact something. A samarium cobalt is usually going to give up a little flake of surface material. It will chip away. It's very chippy material, and the way that we combat this in some cases is we can nickel plate it, just like we do the neodymium magnets. We can nickel plate. Nickel plating also gives you a little bit of a boost in your amount of temperature resistance, because in some temperature applications where it's just not for a long sustained period of time, nickel is a very poor conductor of heat, so it's not going to let the heat through as well. The shiny surface also has a low emissivity, so it is going to reflect the heat quite a bit, and so that emissivity value causes it to reflect the heat away from it, and it takes it longer to heat up. But if it's an oven application where it's just always at that temperature, the samarium cobalts are going to be the best choice. We have had some interesting applications in samarium cobalt, and one was working with a company to develop a firefighting suit, and we made these little curved magnets that was to go around the wrist of a coupling that fit on fireman coats that would join the gloves to the sleeves and form an airtight seal. And it worked beautifully. It's still it's been in and out of the design phase now for several years, and I guess it just takes a long time to get these things approved, but it's been kind of exciting over the years working with the design team and coming up with a way that might help things for our firemen. So if you'll remember that when you need a very high temperature, above 150 degrees centigrade, which is like 270 something Fahrenheit, when you need a magnet to work in that range, samarium cobalt is going to be your choice. Also keep in mind the samarium cobalts are more expensive. Hope that helps you understand a little bit more about samarium cobalt magnets.